Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the all-new Audi S4. Before we get in this video though, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Audi here in downtown Salt Lake for giving me some time with this S4. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Landon. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering the S4 is a turbocharged 3-liter V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 349 horsepower and then 369 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end of the S4, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see distinctive lines there on either side, but pretty simplistic with the design overall. Now taking a look at the headlights, you guys can see really cool daytime running lights. And then notice we've got a little parking sensor integrated into this blacked out trim here. And then the whole grille has also been blacked out with our subtle S4 logo there off to the side. And putting it all together, I think the S4 looks really sharp. Now coming around the side here, tire wheel setup is 255, 35, 19 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see with the wheel design, it kind of has this like almost like muscular appearance to it. And you've got the blacked out brake caliper, which I feel like just contrasts nicely. Now, like most Audis, pretty subtle body lines all along the side, but notice how the mirror caps are blacked out and then so is the window trim. And then taking a look at the side view here, I think it looks really cool, especially with how the back end kind of like pops up a little bit with that spoiler. So here is our key fob. This actually has a little key cover, which is pretty cool, but you guys can see our unlock, lock function and the opening here for the trunk. Now popping into the trunk area, one of the benefits of going S4 is having plenty of cargo space, especially compared to the S3, right? Because this is ultimately built off of the A4, so it's nice. Anyways, plop, that's pretty cool. Notice the badges here on the back, also all blacked out. And then we have the really cool taillights. The reason why I think they're cool is Audi has their little sequential thing with it. I don't know, I think that's fun. Actually, here's a better view of it. It's kind of hard to pop up on camera, but anyways, parking sensors there at the bottom. And then look how aggressive these exhaust tips are at the very bottom. Putting it all together, this definitely is what I call a sleeper car because, I mean, other than the exhaust tips, like it's pretty subtle with the design. Now taking a look at the door panel in the rear, you guys can see we've got like the Alcantara here, and then look at the leather padding down below with the stitching that goes across, and then looks like we got some carbon fiber trim as well. And then here the seats themselves, look at that pattern all down the center portion. That's beautiful. Legroom back here is actually pretty solid. Got a little storage net here. Got some vent action here. We got our own little climate zone as well. And then we got some charging ports down below that. And what I was saying is I would never forget about the over-engineered center console cup holder thing. And then headroom back here is also really good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see again with the suede insert here, and then look at the leather trim down below, all of our window controls, and more of the carbon fiber trim, or at least it looks like carbon fiber. Anyways, memory seats, and then here's a quick look at the mirrors. And then the front seats have kind of like a bucket design. Notice it says S there at the top. You can see the design all down the center, and then we've got our power adjustments. It says massaging seats. What the heck? Anyways, we've got our pedals here at the bottom, then you get your light controls here, and look at that, more nice trim. And the steering wheel is manually adjustable. Now let's take a look at the steering wheel here. You can see that it's like smooth here at the bottom, and then notice our little S logo, and then we've got the golf ball texture here on the sides so you can get a better grip. Paddle shifters here on the back for the 8-speed automatic. Heated steering wheel button on the steering wheel. We've got practical controls like your volume controls, voice command controls. This is for the center. We'll go over that in a moment. And then other controls for the center as well. But yeah, overall, I like the look and design. So we've got Audi's virtual cockpit here. The fun party trick is to go over to the navigation screen here, press the view button, and then it completely changes the look. But there's other screens that you can do the same thing with. So like pretty customizable gauge cluster overall, and I think it looks cool as well. Now in reverse, we have a backup camera with trajectory lines to turn with the steering wheel. You got the bird's eye view as well because this has the 360 camera system, which frankly, this car doesn't need a 360 camera system. It's not a huge car, but it's nice that it does have it. Now as to the rest of the infotainment system, we got the shortcut bar here on the side. You got the main screen. Responsive with the screen overall is pretty dang solid. The vehicle tab is the place to go. So again, we got those massaging seats, so we can turn that on if we want, which is pretty cool. And then we've got the drive mode select. You guys can see the different drive modes. The camera will focus. Got our comfort, auto, dynamic, and then individual that we can pop into. We've got our analog controls for the climate system down below. Heated seats as well. Dual zone climate if you're wondering. And then notice drive mode select control there. Auto stop, start, stability control, parking sensors. And then we'll call this our little charging area. No Audi is complete without Quattro there on the dash, and then obviously on some carbon fiber. And I do like the overall like kind of trim there on the dash. Anyways, cup holder action, got some storage, got the shifter here. Again, more of the golf ball textured leather. Parking brake right there. Of course, another S logo. Yes, that's carbon fiber, that's for sure. Look at that. It's hard to tell nowadays because a lot of manufacturers do like the print. But there's your wireless phone charging pad, and then glove box is pretty normal. And then up top we do have our controls here for the sunroof. We got a regular sunroof at the top and then just a darker colored headliner. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood, both of the mirrors. Throughout the rest of the rear as well. And let's actually first, obviously got all the stuff that pops up, put it in auto mode so that we can drive this like a normal A4. But let's officially set off now. So first off, this camera system, and it's got the parking sensors too, definitely coming in clutch. Turning radius isn't too bad. Sometimes, you know, all-wheel drive cars won't necessarily have the best turning radius on the planet, but you know, this one doesn't seem like it does too bad of a job. I do like the feel of this quite a bit. I had the new RS3 as a tester for a week, and I was really impressed with that car, but I like the larger size of the, you know, A-class, the 4 series, right? The A4, the S4, and then the RS4. We obviously don't have the RS4 here in the US, sadly. But yeah, it's just like the space you get in the back seats, and then also like the space that you get in the front seats. It seems like it's all just a little bit more spacious, which I like. And the suspension's more comfortable too. That's another thing I'm noticing with this, because it's a little bit longer wheelbase. But yeah, going down this bumpy road, this is like a perfect place to show like just how well this suspension handles everything. And again, in the auto mode, I mean, it's kind of cliche to say, but it might as well be an A4, right? That's all the journalists say. When you put Audis in their auto mode, it basically turns them into the A version of a car. And there's definitely some truth to that. Well, turning here, yeah, pretty fun. See if the comfort feels any different. Seems like with the comfort mode, it just pulls back, yeah, quite a bit. So it's like really not aggressive at all. Yeah, these bumps really show with the suspension, because the RS3, man, would have been pretty harsh. Pop into dynamic though. It instantly gets more aggressive, a little bit louder too. Yeah, I like how this drives so far. Okay, so I've got it in the manual mode here. I like the sounds it makes. Like, listen to the downshift. Does little gargles out of the exhaust. It's pretty fun with the sounds that it makes. It's like little gunfires. It's fun. And I'm pretty sure this is all stock with this car. Yeah, let's see how this thing moves. That's quick. It's not RS3 quick, that's for sure. Bigger car, less power, but it's still fun. It's really fun. Yeah, it's so fun to drive. So setting things up, I like this a lot. I actually, to be honest, this is gonna be sacrilege, I like this more than the RS3. The reason I'm comparing to the RS3 is I just had that car as a demo for a week, and don't get me wrong, the 5-cylinder is special and it drives really well, but like, this is a more comfortable car. I like the transmission with this more. I like the regular torque converter automatic versus the dual clutch you have in the RS3. And yeah, I mean, if I had to live with the car, I'd rather live with this than the RS3, to be honest. But let me know which one you pick. I know most people are going to say RS3 because that's the enthusiast pick. Let's try not to pull forward into an RS. Is that a, or is it an RS or is it just a regular e-tron GT? But regardless, let's try not to hit a $100,000 car. But yeah, that'd be an interesting one. Or the other one might be like this versus the S5. Guess I'll have to figure out that one soon. But regardless, let me know what you guys think about the S4. But I think this is one of Audi's underrated sweet spots.